It has been about 2 weeks now, ever since I've decided to delete my Twitter account. In addition to getting rid of Instagram and all the other Meta platforms, the only Meta platform that I have is Facebook, mostly because I want to keep in touch with my local friends at the very least, and even my friends online. However, I do need to stress on why I've quit social media, and this is something that might make people upset, but this is something that needs to be heard. So back when social media started to become like really big, this happened around 2010. Even though I was forced to use Facebook to keep up with homework assignments at the time, what I have remembered and learned is that social media was supposed to be meant to be like a place of community, which it still is in some areas. I'll admit that. However, it has also become a virtual weapon of mass destruction because people will do a lot of stupid things with it. Like people will pull pranks on others just to gain clout on social media in general. However, the drawback of that is that at the end of the day, people who become victim of these pranks can actually get hurt very easily. And this is something that never fails to really piss me off to no end at all. Pulling pranks on someone or doing dangerous stunts on social media just to gain attention from others, it's not right and it's not the way that it should be. I have seen a lot of these things happen, whether it's on Facebook or even on YouTube or even while live streaming on Twitch or even Kick. It amazes me that people who do these dangerous things can actually get like a lot of attention for it. And the worst part about it too is that they actually make money off of this. Like, why is this even a thing? Some of you may be upset that I'm mentioning this, but you guys have to remember too. I have a disability, and when you're disabled, it's easy for people like me, especially, to become an easy target to others. So when I'm out and about, away from my home, especially, I have to be very firm. I have to be very alert, and of course, unfortunately, I do have to be like intimidating so that people don't mess with me. Because what happens is that if I don't sound intimidating to other people or even look the part, people are going to see that I can be an easy target, unless I'm like being rather firm with myself when I'm outside, because there is a chance that people can use you for social media for whatever it is. And with this with the Fourth of July coming up, every year around this time, people will like will mess with fireworks in a lot of dangerous ways, where people can get hurt or even worse. It's not something that I want to be a part of. Another thing too is that every time I try to be right about something, people will call me out for it. When people speak the truth about something, there's reasons for it. Unfortunately, social media has become a danger zone for a lot of people, and I've realized this too late. It's also the reason why I've decided to quit social media, because it's a dangerous place to be in now. The only thing that I'll keep going forward is just kick streaming and YouTube. That is really all I need. I don't really need anything else to keep myself busy outside of work and streaming. Social media just isn't for me anymore. The truth of the matter is, I'm not getting any younger at this point. I gotta focus my life on other things right now too, and try my best to recover from my addiction from social media. Thankfully, when the pandemic had hit 6 years ago in 2020, that was like a blessing in disguise, because it was what made me lose my addiction to social media initially. However, I was still using social media mostly for content creating and streaming. However, at the end, I realized that it's just not working out for me anymore. I had to make the choice to just get rid of a lot of social media stuff out of my hands. And to be honest with you, I actually feel a lot better because of it. No more Twitter, no more Instagram. I never really had interest in Instagram anyway. No more Threads either. There's something else that bothers me about Threads too. that I'll go into just a moment. But getting rid of a lot of these things just makes me feel a lot better, and I'm really glad that I made this choice. So, what is it about Threads in particular that really gets to me? The one thing I've noticed from Threads is that there are these people who complain about their jobs, how much do they get paid for. Now, I'm going to be fair here. I understand that people are upset that the job market is not very good right now. I totally get that. But complaining about it on social media honestly isn't something that's going to like really help out. I don't really have the remedy for this either myself, but if something makes you upset, it's best to talk to a friend or a family relative that you trust a lot, and maybe work things out, and maybe try to come up with a solution, or even speak to a therapist, which I'm doing right now, by the way. I'm speaking to a therapist right now because social media especially has done a lot of harm to me, like ever since the pandemic. And finally, and here we are now, 6 years later, it's time for me to move on without social media, and for good this time, leaving the pain, the ugliness, and the toxicity behind. After all I've been through, I've earned a little peace for myself, and that's how it's going to be from now on. This is Major League Gaming, logging out. Thank you for watching.